Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Rival Talk for what's come up to be Week 17 of the 2021 NFL season. The regular season is just about in the books. Coming to you at about almost 3 a.m. On the way back to Washington, and traffic happened. So, yeah, it's just about 3 a.m. So, I was planning on doing this tonight or last night, whatever, however time works right now. But this happened, so I'm doing this now as quick as I can. I'm doing this all in one go. If I look like I'm drunk or anything like that, it's because I'm absolutely tired. So bear with me. I'm not doing any cuts or edits. I'm just doing this all in one go. So it's gonna be super quick as well, as quick as I can possibly make it. To start real quick, obviously have to mention John Mann, the passing John Mann this just the other day the other day or so. Just absolutely tragic, huge icon and legend for the game that moved the game forward and revolutionized the game. Legendary coach, legendary broadcaster, legendary player as well, and just a legendary person in general. And that was really shocking to see when I got the notification. That just really sucks, and it's a crappy way to pretty much end the year. But he gave the game of football a lot more than just his name on the football game. Just all that he gave the game is just can't say enough about the guy. He's one of those guys where you don't even have to know him or know him to like have like an impact on you. And I know tons of people, one of my good friends who really helped him fall in love with the game of football, and they did that through Madden or just through just the kind of person he was and his broadcasting as well. So yes, R.I.P. to John Madden. That's just a huge loss for the world in general, not just the football world, the world in general. And I'm gonna have to check out that documentary that just came out on him for sure now, because I haven't gotten around to seeing that yet. So on that note, Marcus and I both went 5-3 last week, bringing Marcus to 46-37, and I'm at 41-42. So at least I've turned myself around, but congratulations, Marcus, still on your victory. You're obviously still going to run away with this, so I will order your shirts. Just get me your shirt size. And then fantasy championship weekend. Congratulations to those of you out there who are in your fantasy championships. I am as well. So stressing about that. So hopefully I can get this, because I really want this one. It would be kind of a bummer if I don't win my fantasy championship when I have both Justin Jefferson and Cooper Kupp on my team. So it's really championship or bust. So yeah, obviously, real quick, I'm not wearing Seahawks gear. Usually I wear Seahawks gear, but I didn't leave it out with my other stuff. So I'm in my Mariners stuff. Who really cares about the Seahawks right now? We'll get into that, but so go Mariners. But yeah, so my picks this week. Primetime game number one, the Packers-Vikings on Sunday Night Football. Should be another good rivalry game. Packers, though, they got to get their revenge, and it's in Lambeau. It's going to be apparently like 0 degrees. It's going to be below freezing, so that's got to go to the Packers. So I'm taking the Packers in that one by 2. Second primetime game, Steelers and Browns. Ben Roethlisberger himself confirmed that this is probably his last home regular season game at Heinz Field, so I feel like just on that, I was taking the Steelers anyways, but on that note, I feel like, Big Ben's going to have one last, hurrah at Heinz Field, so I'm taking the Steelers over the Browns by 2. My lock this week, which are both, I'm sure Marks will touch on it, our locks have been absolute garbage this week, so, but this one's got to be locked. If this one doesn't happen, I'm just going to stop with locks. Patriots over Jaguars. I'm taking the Patriots over Jaguars by at least 20. Patriots need to bounce back, and Jaguars are prime to take advantage of that. My upset pick this week, this is going to be a big one. Both teams have been playing relatively well. Well, I mean, especially the one team has been one of the hottest teams in football. Bengals and Chiefs. I'm taking the Bengals over the Chiefs in this one. This is going to be quite a shootout, and I think Joey B, he's really been on the rise, and I think he's going to outduel Patrick Mahomes in this one. I think the Chiefs are due for a loss, and I think that the Bengals are going to be the ones that hand it to them. So I'm taking the Bengals by 3. Then random game. Both Marks and I have the same one this week. The Dolphins and Titans. So we'll see what he chooses. Well, I mean, I already know what he chooses, but you'll see. I don't want to spoil it. But I'm taking the Dolphins over the Titans by 3. Dolphins, outside of Chiefs, been the hottest team in football. So I love what they've been doing, Tua and Waddle in that defense. So I think they'll keep it going with over the Titans. So Dolphins over Titans by 3. All right, now I guess I have to talk about the Seahawks real quick. There's nothing really to say about that game against the Bears. Just completely unacceptable to lose that game. To me, what I see, it looks like the team has just completely given up. And it looks like, to me, Pete's lost the locker room in this team. Russell just looks awful and just looks uninterested at this point. At this point, I'm fully accepted that both, I mean, maybe, I think it's more likely Pete is back than Russell's back next year. And my feelings are all over the place on that. I'll talk more about this next week in the final week, but it's just I've accepted the fact Russell's gone after the season. So I just hope there's some value there. I've also accepted possibly that Bobby Wagner's probably gone. And just after a loss like that, and especially if they lose this weekend, it's really time to just rebuild and blow the whole thing up. So I'll talk more about that next week, though, when it's not 3 a.m. I'm not absolutely tired. But some interesting things, though, happening this week with some former Seahawks legends. Cam Chancellor saying that he wants to have a conversation with Jody Allen, possible ownership there, or, have some say in what's going on. Doug Baldwin today shared his thoughts about what makes a winning culture, which seemed pretty pointed towards Russell Wilson. So that was interesting. And then Marshawn Lynch wants to be a part owner as well with the Seahawks. So, that'd be kind of cool if the what really was the golden era of Seahawks football became the golden era of Seahawks football could come back and help right this ship. So we'll see what happens there. I'm really not going to talk about this game. Who cares about this game? I would not be shocked if the Seahawks lose this game. And honestly, a part of me almost wants it to happen so that the change then can happen, that needs to happen, because losing the Lions, that would definitely get the gears rolling on getting the change to happen. But been going down with the ship. I might as well just keep going down with the ship. I'm just going to take the Seahawks over Lions by 1. Again, I won't be surprised if the Seahawks lose this game, even though it sounds like Jared Goff is going to be out and it's going to be Tim Boyle, whoever it is. Still wouldn't be shocked if they lose this game. So, like I said, it looks like they've completely given up. Seahawks over Lions by 1. Pooch Picks. So Drake and DOG got the win last week, and I got to credit Henry. Henry did get the win, even though Marcus did the wrong game, but we'll let that slide. Marcus did the wrong game, but Henry did take the Dolphins, so I'm crediting him the win for that. So Drake, DOG got the win for taking the Cowboys. Annabelle got the loss and taking the Saints, and Henry got the win. So Drake is 11-8, DOG is 10-9, Annabelle's 3-5, and then Henry's 4-8. So I don't think Henry's going to be picking anyways this week, but we'll see. Drake and DOG, remember, they both were picking the Packers. So Drake and DOG are neck and neck right there. This is going to come down the wire with those two, while, whatever's going on out there in Nebraska with the French household. I don't know what Marcus is telling his dogs and the kind of advice he's giving them, but they are not doing so well out there. So, but yeah. That'll take us then to Pooch Picks first, and then we'll get to Marcus's section of the video, and then I'll come back for the top 5 and close it out. So Pooch Picks, Marcus's picks, here we go.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Hey, so we're back with Pooch Picks. My dogs are a complete train wreck with Pooch Picks this year. I'm just going to do something a little different here. Whichever one of them goes into their kennel first. Annabelle, if she goes first, that's Green Bay. Henry will be the Vikings. And if Jackson somehow does it, that's a tie. I don't even care anymore. This has just been a disaster. Hey, you guys want to get your kennel treats? Come on. Let's get in our kennels. Yeah, he's not going to do it. Oh, okay. Well, Annabelle was quick. Oh, my. Well, tie is the second option. That's kind of crazy. Henry just hanging out. So it looks like Annabelle has chosen Green Bay by entering her kennel first. How great. Well, looks like the Vikings are going to win. We're back again. Doing another video because the Warriors screwing around in Hollywood still. Hasn't got back to Seattle or Green Lake, wherever he's from. I don't know, the Washington area. We're going to try to go kind of quick on this just because nobody wants to see this mug on video for too long. For now, we'll just jump right into the picks. I don't have any snarky comments or awesome jokes like normal. That's what you've all come to expect from me. I am the comedy of the channel, the entertainment value of the channel. I guess that's fair. Christian is more of the gears that get things rolling. I wouldn't even call it brains. We're getting off track here a little bit. Let's just get to the picks. We'll go with primetime one. I'm going to go Green Bay over Minnesota by 4. Minnesota just lost Adam Thielen, and what are you doing? He's out of control. Minnesota just lost Adam Thielen, and I'm guessing they're pretty much about ready to give up on the season right now. I don't think they have a shot at the playoffs anymore, so although I don't think this will be a blowout, it definitely could be, but definitely going Green Bay over Minnesota. Primetime 2, Cleveland over Pittsburgh. I think Baker he's going to have to bounce back from the 4-interception game last week. They almost won despite him. Pittsburgh just got absolutely embarrassed last week. I think they still have a small chance at the playoffs, but I kind of think they have gone off the rails a little bit. Big Ben is completely cooked. The team just doesn't have the fight right now. So I will go Cleveland in that defense to give Big Ben and the putrid Steelers offense a pretty tough time. But I'll go Cleveland by 1. I still think it'll be close just because they'll give the ball to Baker too much, even though they should just run the ball more. My lock. Our locks have been very great this year. Very big things happening on this channel with the locks. I'm going to go Bills over Falcons by 9. The Bills are possibly hitting their stride late at the exact right time, and they're going to win the AFC East again. Or not again. They're going to win. Well, yeah, again. This will be probably only 2 years in a row, I'm guessing, but looks like they're going to possibly dominate that division for a while, even though the Patriots are up and coming. Got to see what Big Mac Jones can do first. He's a rookie. Started off okay. Now it's kind of slumping. But yes, Bills over Falcons by 9. My upset, I'm gonna go Raiders over Colts. I still think Carson Wentz is gonna play. I think he's gonna get cleared Sunday morning. That's just what I think is gonna happen. But I couldn't find any decent upsets this week. I don't like this pick at all. I think the Colts are one of the more dangerous teams in football right now. This is a stupid pick, for lack of better words, but I just couldn't find anything else, so I'm just kind of going for that long shot that Carson doesn't play and maybe the Raiders can barely sneak out a win. I'll go Raiders by 1 over Colts for the upset. Random game, I think we both have the same one. Where were we? Random game, Tennessee and Miami. I do think we're going to have different picks on this one. I'm going to go Tennessee over Miami by 1. I think Miami's still going to make the playoffs. I think they're going to lose this week, beat New England. Hey, beat New England the last week of the season and possibly make the playoffs over New England, but I think they still could make the playoffs, both of them. I don't know. There's a lot of things that can happen still, but anyways, in this game, I'm going to go Tennessee over Miami. Two teams that are kind of equal to me in how they're playing right now. Both pretty well coached. Miami's obviously on a longer winning streak, but I don't think they're as good as that winning streak. They are a good team. Tennessee is starting to get dangerous, and they're going to get Derrick Henry back for the playoffs, and that's a scary thought for everybody, I would assume. Yeah, okay, so I got one more game. I'll talk about that last a little bit. Now we'll go into the 49ers. who completely blew their win against Tennessee last Thursday. Garoppolo played like bad Garoppolo. There's good Garoppolo and bad Garoppolo. He's very inconsistent, and we got bad Garoppolo on Thursday. He looked great drive one and terrible the rest of so 5% at the start of it looked great. 90% in the middle looked absolutely terrible. 5% at the end looked great. That's just typical for him. You never know what you're going to get, and it's unfortunate. He sprained his thumb, tore a ligament, and chipped a bone in his throwing hand thumb. But he played basically the whole game with it. It happened on like drive 3. It happened the drive after he missed a wide open Kyle Juszczyk, which would have been an easy touchdown, but he overthrew him. So he played the whole game with that thumb, including the last drive where he drove us down to get a touchdown to bring us back into the game. But then Tennessee won on a field goal, I think. I don't know. When we lose games, sometimes I kind of forget exactly what happened at the very end just because I get really butthurt. I get in a pissy mood. I remember everything about the wins. I don't remember a whole lot about the losses sometimes. Yeah, we blew that game. There's no doubt about it. We were the better team pretty much all night until the end. And, well, besides quarterback, of course. And our cornerbacks are a major problem. But we are masking the problem slightly well. I know A.J. Brown went off, but we have a good defensive coordinator that does what he can, and we should be getting our top cornerback back the last week 18. Week 18 is the last week of the season now, not 17, right? Week 18 against the Rams, we'll be getting Emmanuel Mosley back, and that will help big time. We've got to get him back into hopeful playoff shape. If we're lucky, we're not in the playoffs right now. We can clinch this week against the Texans if some things happen. But if we win out, we're in. That's all there is to it. We need to do that. I'm not confident it will happen. At this point, if we don't make the playoffs, I won't be surprised. If we make the playoffs, I won't be surprised. I don't know. We're way too talented to be in this position. But injuries and just giving games away with special teams and bad quarterback play at times has been a major problem. Kyle Shanahan has been play calling very well, if you ask me. He had a very rough stretch at the beginning of the season, especially with Trey Lance's first start against Arizona. He play called like a complete moron in that game and kind of got his mojo back after that. And possibly we'll see Trey Lance this week against the Texans, and hopefully he's got his coaching A game back, because although I love Trey Lance, it's a rough spot right now to throw him into a game in a playoff chase. I believe he can do it if the team rallies around him, if we play call well for him. Yeah, the keys to the game, I'm going to operate as if Trey Lance is starting. I can't imagine Jimmy Garoppolo will play with a chipped bone and a torn ligament. I have no idea how long something like that takes to heal. It's possible we've seen the last of Jimmy Garoppolo in San Fran, although they keep acting like he's going to play. My keys to the game was we got Eli Mitchell back, I think, so get him involved to get that running game going. Let Trey Lance make plays with his legs, but I don't want to see all these designed runs. He had 11 designed runs and 20 runs. He had 11 designed runs and 23 carries that first game against Arizona. That's way too many. I don't really want any designed runs unless he's in the end zone or trying to get a big first down. I want him to only take off if nobody's open and scrambling for some big yards. That's it. Let him throw deep. That's what he does best. Let him do it sometimes. Otherwise, you got to help him out with a lot of screens, short passes, things that are trying to make things easy on him. He's a rookie. He hasn't played a whole lot of football. So my keys to the game will be establish the run, make things easy for Trey Lance, / let him do what he does best, and defensive line has to get after Davis Mills, who's the Texans are no pushover right now. They just killed the Chargers. So yeah, that could be a problem. I'm going to go 49ers over Texans by 1. I'm not super confident in it, though. But, I don't know. I think I'm like you Seahawks fans now. I don't expect much anymore. I know we're in the playoff hunt. We're 8-7, but it's been one of them years where we can look like this or like this. So I never know what's going to happen. 49ers over Texans by 1. There'll be a Pooch Picks video, either before or after this. I'm not sure. Whatever. I'm guessing we're doing top 5 power rankings of NFL teams. Again, boring. I'm going to do my top 5 video games of all time. First, we'll go some honorable mentions in no particular order. We got the Crash Bandicoot series on PlayStation 1 and then remade for PS4. The Uncharted series. Love these games. Started on PS3, gravitated to the PS4. The BioShock series. Another started on PS3, got remastered on the PS4. 2 more honorable mentions. Batman Arkham series. Super awesome. If you haven't played it, you're missing out. And Super Mario Brothers 3 is an honorable mention. Now, if we're going top 5 of all time, I'm going to go number 5, Super Mario World. We first meet Yoshi in this game. Although I think he was in one game before that. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But Yoshi's my favorite video game character of all time, and this game is awesome. If you're too young to have grown up with the Super Nintendo and haven't played Super Mario World, you're missing out majorly. Number 4, this is a very weird game that a lot of people haven't played, The Evil Within, and I'm grouping number 1 and number 2. There's a sequel as well, which I have up there. I don't know why I didn't bring it down here. No, I did bring it down here. The Evil Within, I'm grouping these in as one game as number 4, because I can do what I want. It's my favorite horror series of all time. It's a trip. That's all I can say. Nobody's played it. I cannot talk to anybody about it because nobody's played it, so it's very unfortunate for me. Number 3, Red Dead Redemption 2. No explanation necessary. Everybody's played this game. Everybody loves it. It's a complete epic masterpiece. They did a great job with that game. Number 2, another Super Nintendo game, Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. My first RPG experience ever. I've replayed this game probably 25 times in my life. I was completely obsessed with it from the moment I picked it up. I think I rented it at a video store, and then my mom got it for me for Christmas one year, and I just played it constantly. Awesome game. And number 1, the GOAT, Horizon Zero Dawn. If you don't think that's the best game ever made, you're wrong. That's all there is to it. And I know the creator of this channel will agree with me. Anyways, would you like to say bye? We're going to head out. I think we're done. That was a little bit longer than I expected it to be. That's what she said. Have a good one. I hope you make all your picks, Christian. Congratulations on your victory. Give me your shirt size so I can order your jersey.
All right, so there's all those picks out from middle of nowhere, Nebraska. Annabelle taking the Packers. Rare appearance from Jackson. Jackson taking the tie, as Marcus had that set up with that little different setup this week. So, and then Henry didn't even care. So, yeah, we'll see what happens though this week. So they're all taking the Packers. Did a little offshoot, Mark decided to change it up with the top 5 again this week. Instead of just doing the top 5 teams, he decided to take it upon himself to do top 5 video games, I guess. So I guess I will just go ahead and do that myself as well. Because I guess Marcus runs the show now, he might as well since he's going to win this thing. So top 5 video games. Quick honorable mentions, got to get in there. For my honorable mentions, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Donkey Kong 64, one of the most underrated games I feel like of all time, and another underrated game, Star Fox Adventures on the GameCube. And then my top five, number five, Marvel's Spider-Man for the PS4 and remastered on the PS5. Just an absolutely amazing game. Number four, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, another amazing game. Looking forward to that series coming along as well. Number three, really the OG for me, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Number two, Red Dead Redemption 2, another incredible game. And then number one, like Marcus, as he said, Horizon Zero Dawn, and we got the sequel coming out here in a couple months, Horizon Forbidden West, so looking forward to that. If you haven't played that game, you got to get on that. I got to, real quick, because I know Marcus threw in some series, so I got to give some love to my two favorite video game series, which are Assassin's Creed and the Legend of Zelda series. For me, it's Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Origins, and Valhalla that are the best of that series. And then for Legend of Zelda, for me, as I mentioned, Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, and Breath of the Wild are the top three for me in that series. So yeah, there was that top five this week. We'll see what we do next week. We'll be back to regular broadcasting next week. So no 3 a.m. Video collages and all this. So yeah, with that, that's all I got for this video. So thank you for bearing through this with me. I'm gonna get some sleep now, and thank you for watching the video. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like, follow me on Twitter, and go Mariners. Yeah, go Mariners, not Hawks.